We're completed. Yes. No other commission. No, I think. So, Mr. Bostinaro, would you?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dear petitioners and dear colleagues, this is one of those painful days to remember, which shows the limits of our union, of our project, and the abusive behavior of one of another member state of authorities or authorities which have to be not only limited but have to be addressed. I knew from the very beginning, from my early involvement in the political life, that Copenhagen criteria was meant to measure the functioning of the democratic institutions of a candidate country. But I never, absolutely never imagined that one day Copenhagen could be associated with such a dramatic violation, I would say, of fundamental rights. It's just incredible. I love Denmark. I always shown great degree of appreciation for the functioning of democratic institutions in the country. But when listening to the Commission mostly and to the dramatic testimonies provided by the petitioners, there are some issues which have to call your attention, Commission. One, where is the equal treatment of the parents in front of a court? It's about the fundamental right of EU citizens to be equally treated in front of a court. But what we've been told by the petitioners, that there is a clear discrimination based on the citizenship, based on ethnicity, based on the fact that EU citizens, when married in Denmark, are differently treated by court and authorities. It's against the EU laws. In my poor Romania, if the authorities will dare to treat someone in that way, I will be the first to ask the country to be punished, because it's just unacceptable. Then, it's about the processual right of an EU citizen, the fair and equal treatment of the two sides. But we are told repeatedly, if not obsessively by the petitioners, that in front of the court, one side is also treated in a privileged manner, and the other side is always depossessed by his fundamental rights. And this is again unacceptable. It's not about Russia or other countries, but an EU member state. Then, it's about the decision taken by the police to retain the passport of an EU citizen, which clearly means the violation of the fundamental right of free movement, even in non-EU member states. A decision to retain the passport, which means to limit the fundamental right to stay, to reside in one or another member states, requires a court ruling. Here is just a decision taken by the police. The police never judge. The police never ruled. How to accept that? Only because it's the Danish police? No, it's unacceptable. Then, it's a clear, brutal interference of public authorities into the family, private life. It's about parents and children. In Sparta, the draconian rules were deciding what child is good and what child is not good. If it's suffering, if have some disabilities, that child was meant to death. Could we accept that a public authority, no matter where in our Europe, could decide what is good and what is wrong, finally, for a family life, for a fundamental parent's life? in such a one-sided way? No, it's just shocking. And sorry, I'm so sad, and I feel so much pain when listening to those incredible stories. Then, can an authority, no matter where, depossess a parent for his fundamental right, at least to get access to his or her child, to visit his or her child? Can be such a person sent to jail 1 day, 17 days, 6 months, no matters, just for trying to get access to his or her child? It's this Nazi regime which was deciding how to deal with our private family, our sexual life, our kids, our everything else. Could we accept that in such an innocent way? Sorry for the very tough sentences, but I am a parent myself. I have a nephew myself. I had a little girl, she died by leukemia. I know what means how to dare to decide finally on the most sensitive issue, the right of a parent. It's just shocking. Sorry. No, please apologize me for this highly emotional final comment, but no, this cannot continue in the same way. Simply cannot continue in the same way. This is not business as usual, and we are not discussing about goods, commercial rights, intellectual property rights. It's about fundamental rights, and at least to set up common standards, the children and the parents within our union to be treated. It's the prerequisite. It's nice to go to the European citizens today in the electoral campaign to tell how beautiful, how nice, how incredible it's the European project. But what to tell to the petitioners? What to tell to the other parents in our Europe? We've been told about the UK cases. What is our message, European Commission, to those human beings? Do we have any answer? Could we accept to remain silent or to be blind when this happens in front of our eyes? Because our neutrality is equal to complicity. And I will close right now. I will end my speech. Once again, sorry. But when speaking about children's rights, nobody can be ice, can be Iron Man. It's about the most precious human feelings, and even the animals are treating their yes, with I was ready to say human feelings. We cannot accept to be cold-minded when discussing about children's rights, and to accept that this process to continue. And I was attempting to say we can invite the petitioners to go to the European Court of Human Rights. I know they can do that. But how long a children will be condemned to stay without his father or his mother, without his or her parent, before a ruling in Strasbourg will be the final, and then the member state will be obliged to pay attention to the ruling of the court? How we can measure the sufferances? Okay, sorry.
Thank you very much, but we do not have more than 25 minutes for the rest to speak. So, Mr. Iturgais, would you?